Rolling 3, 2.
Hey guys, just coming at you with another piece of content. You know, I made a commitment that on this channel, I'll put out content every single day to help your business through this time. You know, businesses are in one of two camps. Some of them are going incredibly well, and they need help to make the most of that. And some are obviously facing some really big challenges. And having walked through this before with the GFC in 2008, I've seen it before. It's not that bad if you can take a long-term view. But ultimately, I just want to be here to help you. You know, every single day, like today is one day closer to this curve flattening out and for us getting back to whatever the new normal is. And that's how you got to view this, one day at a time, right? You get up every day, you fight, you go to sleep, and we are one day closer. And I think with the strict measures that we're going through right now, we're going to be better off for it, because it'll mean that the effects of this are a lot shorter, right? So the steeper the drop, the quicker the climb that we'll have out of the back. So anyway, I just want to bring you some information just to kind of tease you. I've reached out to some friends of mine who are in accounting, who are in insolvency and other areas, and I'm interviewing them. I'm going to get that content to you as well. I've got to line that up with their schedule, which is not super easy because they're busy too. So we just got to. So within the next few days, you're going to start to see some interviewing where I'm going to get some of my friends that have got some wisdom here. I've got an accountant that's going to run through the stimulus package with us and all that sort of stuff. So rest assured, I'm going to be here to fight for you as well. In this little segment, I want to talk to you about putting out content, and that's something that I've been talking about for a long time. But I think now more than ever, it's really, really, really important. You know, most people and most people in your industry by default right now are like a deer caught in the headlights, right? They're so bamboozled by what's happening that they're retreating back into the cave. And that's okay. That's a natural response. It's just not okay to stay like that. So what I'm going to be suggesting is that we actually do the opposite. And as I've said to you many times before on this channel, one of the things that we've got to fight for is to be top of mind. In the mind of our prospect, we need to be top of mind. In the mind of our clients in our geographical region, whatever that is, small country town, state, country, globe, whatever it is, we need to have that top of mind in the mind of our prospect. Now is the time to do that. This is a long-term play. This may or may not actually give you instant cash flow. In some cases it will, in some cases it won't. This is either a short-term play for cash flow, or at least it's a long-term play for the future of your business, being that when you are top of mind, when you own that piece of real estate in the mind of your prospect, then you can basically take that to the bank, because the more people know about you, the more people buy from you, the more people buy from you, the more cash flow, the more market share, and so forth, okay? So that's the reason why right now content is the game. So you might be thinking, okay, what do I cover? I actually want to say that I actually think that the quality of content doesn't matter so much now. I think people are looking for hints, tips, value. They just want to hear from you, actually. They just want to hear from you. But if you can give them some value, then you win. And I think people will right now, they'll be more than happy just to live with, you know, crappy imagery if you give them good information. It doesn't have to be polished, because everyone's guard's down. So now you can get away with quick, on-the-fly content as long as it's valuable. So how do you draw on this? Well, I'm going to suggest to you that you just sit down for 5 minutes and think about what are the common questions, what are the frequently asked questions that you get for your industry, for your product, for your service. Over the years that you've been doing it, what have you been hearing? And then start to, you know, write those questions down, and then just go through a way of answering them for people, okay? You could just start with, you know, what are the top 12 or 7 or 9 questions that you get around your product or service, and start to put them out. Obviously, you've got, you know tricks, and you know tips, and you know industry secrets. Start to put those out. The mistake a lot of people make is they take for granted their knowledge. Your prospect hasn't led your life. They don't know as much as you do. So just start putting out what you think could be taken for granted, would be really valuable for somebody else, Either way, they get to see your face again and your brand again. So you're doing that top of mind. Where do you post it? The obvious places, right? You got on your website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. LinkedIn should be a more corporate version of your content, I believe. Facebook and Insta. Insta needs to be nice and short and sharp. Facebook can be longer form. YouTube can be whatever you like. But right now, you know, with an iPhone and with some AirPods, or they don't even have to be AirPods. You can even use the white cords if you want, or some other brand. Literally right now, you can be just filming in front of yourself like this. You can get a little tripod. You can do content. You can make it better like this if you have to, but you don't have to. You can literally just right now produce content, and I fully reckon that you should be doing it at scale right now. No excuses. All right. So, but here's a little framework that I want to get to you, right? On the screen here, I've basically, you know, it's like a content calendar. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the content calendar. And then basically what I've got is I've got the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we basically, you can basically plan your content for an entire week, so that on the day, right, when you have to produce content, you don't have to think about it. If you think ahead of time and all you have to do is produce the content, 7 times more likely to get it done than in the busyness of the day trying to fight to produce content. So one of my favorite things to do, though, is actually to give each day a theme, okay? Because all this does is a little bit of structure to make it easy for you to keep coming up with content to put it out in front of people, right? So off the top of my head, we might do Testimony Tuesday, right? And then each Tuesday we film a little testimonial with a client and we put it out. We might do Whiteboard Wednesday, right? Where you jump into the studio, you record 4 or 5 sessions on a whiteboard and you drop those out 4 or 5 Wednesdays in a row. You might do Tip Thursday, you might do Funny Friday, you might do Serious Saturday, Mad Monday, whatever. So basically just coming up with, they don't even have to be M&M and W&W. That was just a little bit of fun. But just coming up with a theme for each day, so that you're kind of covering the week with some social proof, with some really good valuable information, and so forth. And then all you do is you go, okay, on Tuesday, I've got to get a testimony, right? Who am I going to film? On Wednesday, I need to give some value at a whiteboard, right? Need to block out some time to go and record a bunch of those. On Friday, funny, I need to go and search for some memes on the internet to post those up, whatever. Okay, so it's just a framework that allows you to do that. And then basically at the start of the week or on Sunday for the week ahead, you can go, okay, this is the piece of content that I'm going to drop this day. This is a bit of content. This is what I'm going to do. And then all you have to do is schedule your posts if you want, or post them live if you want to. All that is a way for you to not get bamboozled by the task of coming up with content all the time. It's just about being a little bit more prepared with the week ahead. At the end of the day, though, whether you just use this or whatever, now is the time for you to double down on content. Actually, interestingly, even so I'm just talking about organic content, but if you post organic content, let's say you did it every day or every second day, there'd be so much going around that you would start to see which content is popping, meaning which is the market responding best to, right? So you might put 5 posts up, 3, not much happens, 1's mediocre, 1's great in terms of engagement. Well, what you can then do is you can then turn the one that was well engaged into an ad and push it to your audience. So they're forced to see it so that it goes beyond organic reach. But what you're doing is you're only spending money on the few posts that the market tell you they like. Okay, so then people are seeing you even more frequently. And remember, the more they see you, the more they build rapport with you, then when you make an offer to them, they're far more likely to say yes. And whether you make an offer right now or next week or next month or in 6 months, okay, you're going to be able to turn the attention, the increased attention, into an offer which turns into cash flow. So right now, before you go on and do anything else, then do the exercise. Okay, come up with at least 21 pieces of content that you can film, write, take photos of, memes, produce 21 at least, and then schedule them to go out every day for the next 3 weeks. And you'll start to see that people engage with you, because right now people are looking for answers and people they can trust, and that is you. Anyway, make sure you come back to this channel. I'm going to put content up at this channel every single day. And subscribe to the channel, because then you'll get the alerts. So subscribe and hit the bell and you'll get the alerts when we put up a new video. Anyway, bless you guys. Put something in the comments below. What was the bit that popped out to you? Love you heaps.